All right, so we're diving into some pretty interesting activity in the Bitcoin market. Lots to unpack here, from those crazy price swings to big players jumping in. We're talking news reports, social media buzz, the whole nine yards.
Yeah, definitely a lot of moving parts. We've got wild price action, spiking almost to $90,000, then back down to around 80. Got to figure out what's driving all this and who's behind it.
Exactly. So we're on a mission to get to the bottom of this, right? Figure out why things are moving the way they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a good place to start might be with all the speculation surrounding the Federal Reserve.
Right, right. I mean, even Arthur Hayes was predicting a boom this month. But then, of course, we heard from Fed Chair Powell. Did any of that shake things up?
Oh, for sure. Anytime there's even a hint that the Fed might shift gears with interest rates, it ripples through the entire market, with
No.
Bitcoin being no exception. So Hayes being so optimistic probably got some people excited, pushing prices up a bit. But then, if Powell even seems a tad cautious, investors start rethinking things, pulling back a little, and boom, there's your dip.
Makes sense. It's like Bitcoin has this super sensitive radar for anything happening in the broader economy.
Absolutely. It's reacting in real time.
And while all that's going on, you've got major companies like MicroStrategy doubling down. Didn't they just drop another like 584 million on Bitcoin?
They did, yeah.
That's wild. I saw Michael Saylor's been posting about it too. His personal stake must be enormous by now.
Oh, yeah, he's been steadily adding to his holdings. It's a pretty clear signal. MicroStrategy isn't just chasing quick profits here. They seem to genuinely believe Bitcoin's a solid, long-term store of value.
So they're in it for the long haul.
Seems like it. And when a big public company makes that kind of commitment, it definitely sends a message, helps boost confidence in the market even when prices take a dip.
And then, of course, we have to talk about GameStop. I mean, them exploring Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset, potentially pouring billions into it, that feels like a whole different ballgame.
It is. It is. It's really interesting, right? They've got a ton of cash on hand, and it sounds like they're looking at Bitcoin as a way to shake things up, revitalize their business, diversifying their holdings in a, well, pretty dramatic way.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
And it's making people wonder if this could spark a trend.
Yeah, there's that buzz going around about a Cambrian explosion of companies following suit. And it's not just about investing in Bitcoin anymore. It's about strategically holding it as an asset, a core part of their financial strategy. That's a pretty big shift.
Absolutely. And it's not just U.S. companies either, right? BlackRock just launched their first Bitcoin ETP in Europe. So for those who don't know, that's basically like an ETF, right?
Yeah, exactly. An exchange-traded product.
Yeah.
So now European investors can get in on Bitcoin through these regulated channels. Super easy access.
Right. And this comes right after their U.S. Bitcoin ETF blew up. I mean, over 50 billion in assets.
Yep.
Huge success. So BlackRock expanding into Europe. That's a clear sign. The demand for Bitcoin is global, and institutions are taking it seriously. It's further proof that Bitcoin is becoming a legitimate part of the financial world.
No doubt. And then just to add another layer to all of this, we had those rumors swirling about a potential U.S. government Bitcoin reserve. Even chatter about other cryptocurrencies being included.
Oh, right.
And this seemed to pick up steam alongside talk of President Trump softening his stance on crypto, maybe even becoming more crypto-friendly, which, by the way, did seem to give Bitcoin a little nudge upwards.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It really makes you think about how digital assets might play into national economic strategies down the road.
Sure.
Now, these are just rumors at this point, but the fact that people are even talking about it, it shows how much crypto's profile has risen. It's on the government's radar now, and that's significant. Plus, the market's reaction. I mean, it jumped at even a hint of a shift in political sentiment. That shows how much influence policy can have on price. So we've got all these pieces of the puzzle, right? Fed speculation keeping everyone on edge. Big companies embracing Bitcoin for the long haul. More and more ways for institutions to get involved. And now, the possibility of governments joining the party.
Exactly.
It's like this crazy mix of factors,
Yeah.
all feeding into the Bitcoin market's wild ride.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's this convergence, this collision of interests and activities that makes this such a crucial moment for Bitcoin. We're witnessing its evolution in the global financial system, happening right before our eyes.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is.
All this corporate interest, and then the possibility of government stepping in. I mean, what does that mean for Bitcoin's role in the world 5, 10 years down the line? What happens when it goes fully mainstream? What are the consequences, the things we haven't even thought of yet?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We can't just focus on the price going up and down every day. We need to look deeper, think about the bigger picture. What are the implications of this technology becoming more intertwined with our traditional financial systems? What does that future look like?
It's a future worth exploring, that's for sure.
Hmm.
All right, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.